My name's Tom Wheeler, and I'm sitting in my kitchen on a Saturday morning in late March, sipping black coffee from a chipped mug, when my phone rings. It's my old man, Jack Wheeler. I pick up, figuring he's just checking in. "Hey, Tom," he says, voice flat as a board. "No big plans for Easter this year. Weather's looking rough. We're all just staying home. That's it. No, how you doing, son? No, you coming by anyway." Just those two lines, and then the call's over. Click. Dead air. I sit there, staring at my phone, thinking maybe the signal dropped. But nope, he hung up. No invite, no nothing. Just me, my coffee, and a quiet apartment. It stings, I won't lie. Easter's always been a thing with us Wheelers. Mom's glazed ham, Aunt Linda's cheesy potatoes, a card table crammed with cousins. I've been part of it since I was a kid running around with a plastic basket, hunting eggs in the backyard. But this time, nada. I shrug it off, or try to. Tell myself I'll grab some pizza, crack a beer, maybe watch a ball game. It's fine. I'm 32, got my own life, don't need a family dinner to feel whole. But 5 minutes later, my phone buzzes again. It's not Dad. It's a notification from my brother Ethan's Facebook. I tap it, not thinking much. There's a picture. A dining room table loaded up. Ham, potatoes, green beans. Those little dinner rolls Mom makes from scratch. My folks are there, smiling. Aunt Linda's laughing with Uncle Pete, who hasn't shown his face since his truck broke down 2 years back. Ethan's got his arm around his fiancée, Kelly, both of them grinning like they just won the lottery. The caption hits me like a punch. Nothing beats family time. Easter love #blessed. I stare at it. My hands get clammy. They didn't cancel Easter. They canceled me. I call Dad back. 2 rings, he picks up. "Hey, what's up?" he says, casual as if he didn't just lie to my face. "You canceled Easter?" I ask, keeping my voice steady. "Yeah, weather and all," he says, dragging it out like he's testing the story. "That's funny," I say, because I'm looking at Ethan's post right now. Sun's out, table's full, everyone's there but me. Silence. Then he clears his throat. "Look, Tom, don't make this a thing. You've been off on your own lately. We figured it'd be simpler this way." "Simpler for who?" "You lied," I say. "It wasn't a lie," he shoots back. "You're more like a visitor than family these days." That line cuts deep. Visitor. Not son. Not brother. Just some guy who shows up sometimes. I don't yell, though. I don't cuss him out. While he's still talking, rambling about how I've changed, how I don't fit anymore, I open my banking app. See, there's this truck. A beat-up Ford F-150 Dad's been driving for 3 years. He couldn't get the loan himself. Credit's been shot since he defaulted on some medical bills back in '09. So I bought it. Paid every dime. Down payment, monthly notes, insurance. It's in my name, registered to him. "Just paperwork," he'd said. "You don't need a truck." I click a few buttons. Listed for sale. Confirm. Done. 2 hours later, my phone rings again. It's him. "Tom, what the hell? There's a tow truck here, taking the Ford." I lean back in my chair, smiling for the first time all day. "Yeah, Dad. I sold it. My truck, my call. Happy Easter." He's yelling when I hang up. I don't care. That truck's just the start. This thing's been brewing a long time, and I'm done playing nice. Let me take you back a bit, so you get why I pulled that trigger. For years, I've been the guy holding it together. Started small, $20 here for Ethan's gas, a grocery run for Mom when the pantry was bare. Then it grew. I covered the electric bill when Dad's hours got cut. Fixed their roof after a storm. When Ethan needed a suit for his first real job, guess who shelled out? Me. I'm no millionaire, just a mechanic with steady hands and a decent paycheck, but I always had enough to help. They never asked how I was, though. Never said thanks. If I was late with a payment, the calls came fast. "We're family, Tom. You've got no wife, no kids. You can swing it." I swallowed it every time, thinking that's what you do for blood. Dad wasn't always this way. Growing up, he was tough, but fair. Taught me how to change a tire, how to throw a punch if I had to. But after he lost his job at the mill when I was 19, something broke in him. He never bounced back. Ethan stepped up instead, golden boy, big talker. He decided who got praise, who got ignored. Me? I got the bills. Ethan's first wedding at 23. I paid for the tuxes. Divorced at 25. Remarried Kelly at 27. I chipped in for the honeymoon. When they got that fancy Jeep last year, who do you think covered the deposit? Not them. That truck was the tipping point. I bought it for Dad to get him mobile, maybe give him some pride back. Paid it off last month, finally free of that weight. I was even dreaming about a fishing trip. Me, a boat, some quiet water. Then Easter hit, and that picture slapped me awake. They didn't just ditch me. They lied, smiled, and posted it for the world to see. So yeah, I sold the truck. And I'm not stopping there. This visitor's got a few more moves to make. So, I'm Tom Wheeler, and I just sold my dad's truck out from under him. Well, my truck. Technically, his name's on the title, but my bank account's the one that bled for it. That tow truck pulling out of his driveway yesterday felt like the first deep breath I'd taken in years. But this ain't just about Easter or some Facebook post. This mess has roots, tangled and ugly, stretching back longer than I like to think about. Let me walk you through it, so you see why I'm not just mad. I'm done. Growing up in this family wasn't all bad. We lived in a little brick house on the edge of town, nothing fancy but solid. Dad, Jack, worked at the mill, swinging a hammer and coming home with sawdust on his boots. Mom, Diane, kept the place running, cooked supper every night, patched our jeans when we tore them up. Me and Ethan, we were tight back then. He's 2 years younger, always the loud one, cracking jokes while I fiddled with bike chains in the garage. Dad used to say I had the hands for fixing things, and he wasn't wrong. I turned that into a job at Miller's Auto, been there 10 years now, turning wrenches and paying bills. Things shifted when I was 19. The mill shut down, and Dad lost his job. 52 years old, no degree, no plan B. He tried odd jobs, hardware store clerk, delivery guy, but nothing stuck. Mom started cleaning houses to keep us afloat. I was in community college, learning engines, when I saw him change. He got quiet, then bitter. Started drinking more than he should. Ethan, though, he adapted. Turned on the charm, talked his way into sales jobs, always had a girlfriend or a scheme. Me? I just kept my head down, figuring hard work would hold us together. That's when the asks started. First, it was little stuff. Tom, can you spot me $10 for gas? Ethan would say, flashing that grin. Or Mom, calling soft and tired. We're short on the water bill, honey. Just this once. I never said no. Felt good to help, like I was the steady one they could lean on. But just this once turned into every month. By the time I was 25, I was covering half their rent some years. Ethan got married young, Jenny, sweet girl, didn't last, and I paid for the reception hall when their budget fell short. When he split with her, I helped him move. Second wedding to Kelly? I bought the flowers. Didn't even blink. Dad's truck came later. His old Chevy died in 15, and he couldn't get a loan. Credit was trashed after he skipped payments on some ER bills from a busted knee. I need wheels, Tom, he said one night over beers. Get me back on my feet. I didn't hesitate. Thought he used F-150, decent shape, signed the papers. My name, my credit, my payments, $350 a month plus insurance. He drove it, called it his. I figured it was worth it if it gave him something to hold on to. Never saw a dime from him for it. Meanwhile, Ethan's life kept rolling. He and Kelly bought a house last year, nice place, 2-car garage. I put down $2,000 for their Jeep because the bank needed a little push, he said. Mom's teeth went bad around then too, root canal, couple grand. I'll pay you back, she promised. Still waiting on that one. Point is, I've been the family ATM for a decade. No wife, no kids, decent job, guess that made me fair game. They joke about it sometimes. Tom's the quiet one, just counts his money, Ethan would laugh. Never asked if I was okay, if I needed anything. But miss a payment? Phone ring off the hook. We're counting on you, Tom. Family sticks together. Easter wasn't the first time they cut me out. 2 years back, they threw Mom a surprise 60th birthday party. I found out a week later when Uncle Pete let it slip at the shop. Thought you were there, he said, scratching his head. Nope. Last Christmas, they said it was just us at home, but I drove by and saw cars lined up the street, cousins, neighbors, the works. I let it slide. Told myself I was busy anyway. But this time, with that picture staring me in the face, it wasn't just exclusion. It was a lie, bold and public, and that caption, nothing beats family time, felt like a middle finger. After I sold the truck, Ethan called. What's wrong with you, man? Dad's freaking out. That's our truck. I laughed, dry and short. My truck, little brother. My name, my cash. You don't get to cry about it now. He hung up, probably ran to Mom with some story about me losing it. Dad texted next, you're out of line. Fix this. Didn't reply. Instead, I started digging. Pulled up my bank statements, old texts, receipts. Been sending them money through Venmo for years, groceries, utilities, random emergencies. Thousands, easy. And that's when I found it, a charge I didn't make. $1,500 to some catering company, dated 2 weeks ago. My gut sank. Called the place, played dumb. Oh yeah, the lady chirped, that's for the Wheeler anniversary party next weekend. Diane and Jack's 35th. All set. Anniversary party. Another event I wasn't invited to. Another bill I didn't agree to. They linked an old card of mine. Ethan had the number from when I helped with his wedding and ran it without a word. I sat there, staring at the phone, feeling the heat climb up my neck. They didn't just ditch me. They used me, again, and smiled for the camera while doing it. That's when I knew the truck wasn't enough. I canceled the Venmo link. Shut off the auto pays for their phone bill. Even yanked my card from their Netflix account, petty, sure, but it felt good. Then I waited. Monday morning, Mom called. Tom, the power's off. What did you do? Her voice was shaky, like she couldn't believe it. I stopped paying for you, I said, calm as I could. Figure it out. She gasped. We're your family. Funny, I said. Didn't feel like family yesterday. She hung up. An hour later, Ethan texted. You're a jerk. Dad's borrowing a car from Pete just to get to the store. Happy now? I didn't answer. Let them stew. Because this ain't over. They've been digging this hole for years, and I'm about to bury them in it. I'm Tom Wheeler, and by Monday afternoon, my phone's blowing up. Mom's left 3 voicemails, each one shakier than the last, begging me to turn their power back on. Ethan's texted me a dozen times, calling me everything from selfish to a traitor. Dad's gone silent, probably too mad to even dial. I'm sitting in my recliner, sipping a Bud Light, staring at that catering charge on my bank statement. $1. 500 they swiped for their anniversary party. A party I didn't even know about till I called the company. That's the part that's eating me alive, not just the money, but the lie. They're planning a big shindig next weekend, and I'm not on the list. Again, I could have let it go. Could have just disputed the charge, got my money back, called it a day. But nah, this ain't about $1,500 anymore. This is about years of them treating me like a doormat with a debit card. So I start making moves. First, I call the bank. Tell them the card's compromised, stolen, technically, since I didn't okay that charge. They freeze it, start a fraud claim. Then I hit the catering company. Yeah, about that Wheeler party, I say, keeping my voice even. Cancel it. Full refund. Card's no good anymore. The lady on the phone stammers, says she'll need to talk to Diane Wheeler. Good luck, I tell her. She ain't got the cash to cover it. By Tuesday morning, the fallout's hitting. Ethan calls while I'm under a Chevy at the shop, swapping an oil pan. I slide out, wipe my hands, pick up. Tom, you son of it, you canceled the catering? Mom's crying her eyes out, he yells. I can hear her in the background, wailing like it's a funeral. Yep, I say. My card, my call. You don't get to spend my money and leave me in the dark. He's fuming. You're ruining everything. 35 years, man, and you're screwing it up over what? Easter. I laugh, sharp and cold. Nah, Ethan. This is about you all acting like I'm a ghost till you need a check. Enjoy your party. He hangs up, and I go back to work. Feels good, honestly, like shaking off a weight I didn't know I was carrying. But then Kelly, Ethan's fiancée, gets involved. She's a quiet gal, works at the library, always seemed decent. Her text comes in around noon. Tom, I didn't know they left you out. I thought you said no. Can we talk? I stare at it. First time anyone's even hinted at an apology. I write back. Meet me at Duffy's after work. 6 o'clock. She says okay. I figure she's either in on it or clueless. Either way, I'll find out. Duffy's is this hole-in-the-wall bar downtown, with paneling, cheap beer, jukebox that's stuck on Springsteen half the time. I get there at 5:50, grab a booth in the back. Kelly walks in right on time, looking nervous, her blonde hair pulled back tight. She slides in across from me, hands folded like she's at church. I swear, Tom, I didn't know, she starts. Ethan said you were too busy, that you didn't want to come to Easter. I believed him. I sip my beer, watching her. And the anniversary party? I ask. She bites her lip. I heard about it last week. They said it was a surprise for your folks, that you'd be there. Then yesterday, Ethan's freaking out about the catering, saying you're trying to destroy the family. I lean back, let that sink in. They've been lying to you too, huh? She nods, slow. I found something else, she says, pulling out her phone. Look at this. She shows me a Venmo log Ethan sending $800 to some guy named Dave 2 days ago. That's my brother, she says. Ethan told me it was for a work thing, but Dave said it's for a new TV. For the party. I checked. Your name's on the payment note. My jaw tightens. Another hit. They're still digging into my accounts, even after Easter. He's got my old Venmo tied to a card I forgot about, I say. They're bleeding me dry. Kelly's eyes go wide. I didn't sign up for this, she mutters. I love Ethan, but he's turning into someone I don't know. I nod, feeling a weird mix of anger and relief. You're not the only one waking up, I tell her. Question is, what are you going to do about it? She doesn't answer, just stares at the table. I finish my beer, drop a 10 for the tab. Think it over, Kelly. I'm done being their bank. You might want to decide if you're done too. Wednesday rolls in, and the shop's buzzing spring tune-ups, folks prepping for road trips. I'm elbow deep in a transmission when my cousin Bobby calls. He's a good guy, works construction, always been straight with me. Tom, what's going on, he asks. Aunt Diane's saying you flipped out, canceled everything. Ethan's telling people you stole the truck. I snort. My truck, Bobby. I paid for it. Sold it fair and square. They're mad, 'cause I cut the cash flow. He's quiet as sec, man. I didn't know it was like that. They've been leaning on you hard, huh? Since I was 20, I say. Just didn't see it clear till now. He sighs. Party's still on, you know. They're scrambling, Uncle Pete's grilling, Mom's bringing sides. But it's tense. You coming? I think about it. Showing up, seeing their faces. Maybe, I say. Not to eat, though. Got something else in mind. I hang up, finish the job, clock out. That night, I sit down with a legal pad. Start writing it all out. Every payment, every lie. Every time they left me hanging. Truck's gone, catering's dead, Venmo's locked. But I've got more cards to play. Found an email from Ethan last year, asking for my card, just for emergencies. Proof he's got access. Found text from Mom, promising to pay me back. Lies on paper. Thursday, I call a buddy from high school, Nate. He's a lawyer now, small time but sharp. Tom, this is a mess, he says, flipping through what I sent him. Fraud. Maybe theft if we push it. You got a case. Don't want their money, I say. Just want him to feel it. He grins. Oh, they'll feel it. Let's start with a letter, cease and desist, demand repayment. Scare him a little. I nod. Do it. By Friday, Nate's got it drafted. I mail it to Dad's house, certified, so they can't dodge it. That anniversary party's tomorrow. I'm not invited, but I'll be there. Not with a plate, just with the truth. And maybe a tow truck receipt for good measure. It's Saturday, the day of my folks' 35th anniversary party, and I'm Tom Wheeler, standing in my kitchen, holding a certified letter receipt. Nate, my lawyer buddy, sent it yesterday, cease and desist, plus a demand for every cent they've taken from me over the years. I tallied it up, $22,000, give or take, between the truck, the Jeep deposit, Mom's teeth, and all the emergencies. The letter hit their mailbox this morning. I know because the postal tracking says delivered at 9:47. Party's at 3 o'clock, backyard barbecue style. I'm not invited, but I'm going anyway. I pull on my work boots, grab a folder with copies of bank statements, texts, that Venmo log Kelly showed me, everything. It's not about the money anymore. It's about them facing what they've done. I drive my old beater, a 98 Dodge I fixed up myself, and park a block from their house. Cars line the street, Uncle Pete's rusted Suburban, Aunt Linda's Prius, even Bobby's crew cab. Music's playing, grill smoke drifting over the fence. I walk up, hands in my pockets, folder tucked under my arm. Nobody sees me till I'm through the gate. Mom's at the picnic table, arranging plastic cups. Dad's flipping burgers, ball cap pulled low. Ethan's tossing a football with Kelly's brother Dave, who's got that new TV money burning a hole in his pocket. About 20 people, cousins, neighbors, a few I don't recognize. Bobby spots me first. Tom? He says, loud enough to turn heads. Mom freezes. Dad drops the spatula. Ethan chucks the ball aside and storms over. What are you doing here? He snaps. You weren't invited. I hold up the folder. Got a delivery, I say, calm as can be. Figured I'd drop it off in person. Dad steps up, face red. You've caused enough trouble. Get out. I don't budge. Not till you read this. I pull out the letter, hand it to him. He snatches it, scans it, then laughs short, bitter. You're suing us? For what? For stealing, I say, loud enough for everyone to hear. Gasps ripple through the yard. Truck was mine. Catering was mine. That TV Dave's got? Mine too. You've been dipping into my accounts for years. Mom's hand flies to her mouth. Tom, stop it, she cries. Ethan lunges, grabs my shirt. You're full of it. I shove him off, open the folder, start tossing papers, statements, receipts, onto the grass. Proof's right there. Read it. People scramble, picking them up. Aunt Linda's muttering, is this real? Uncle Pete's shaking his head. Kelly steps forward, pale. He's not lying, she says, voice shaky. I saw the Venmo. Ethan, you said it was your money. Ethan spins on her. Shut up, Kelly. But she doesn't. You lied to me too. That's when Dad loses it. You're tearing us apart, he yells, crumpling the letter. I'm tearing it apart? I shoot back. You've been using me like a damn ATM since I was 20. Left me out, lied to my face, then smiled for pictures. I'm done. I turn to the crowd. Anyone else want to keep pretending this is normal? Silence. Then Bobby pipes up. I didn't know, man. This ain't right. Ethan charges again, but Pete grabs him. Enough. Pete barks. I nod at Bobby, toss the empty folder on the ground, walk out. Behind me, Mom's sobbing, Ethan's cursing, Dad's yelling at nobody. I'm halfway home when Kelly calls. Tom, I'm sorry, she says. I told Ethan it's over. I'm done with the lies. I don't say much, just, good for you. She hangs up, and I keep driving. That night, I crack a beer, sit on my couch, feel the quiet settle in. Not peace yet, but close. The party's probably a mess now, fitting, since they made one of me for years. I wonder if they'll call. They don't. Not yet. Sunday morning, I'm up early, frying eggs in my skillet. No calls from the family overnight, just a text from Bobby. You okay? That was wild. I write back. Yeah, I'm good. Thanks. I'm flipping the eggs when my phone rings. Nate. Tom, you're a legend, he says, laughing. Pete called me last night, said the party imploded after you left. Ethan stormed off. Diane's a wreck. Jack's blaming everyone but himself. I smirk. Sounds about right. More than that, Nate says. Kelly's talking to a lawyer, divorce papers. And Bobby's spreading the word. Family split down the middle. I sit with that, eating my eggs. Didn't expect it to blow up this fast, but I'm not surprised either. They built this house of cards, my cash was just holding it up. Afternoon rolls around, and I head to the shop. Got a side job, rebuilt carburetor for a guy's Mustang. Keeps my hands busy, mind clear. Around 4 o'clock, Uncle Pete shows up, leaning on the garage door. Tom, he says, voice gruff. Can we talk? I wipe my hands, nod. He steps in, looking older than his 58 years. I saw the papers, he starts. Didn't know they were hitting you that hard. Jack always said you were doing fine, that you wanted to help. I snort. Yeah, he's good at stories. Pete rubs his neck. Linda and me, we're cutting him off too. No more loans, no more excuses. Bobby's with us. You shook things loose, kid. I don't know what to say, so I just nod. Appreciate it, I manage. He claps my shoulder, heads out. First time in years I feel like someone's got my back. Monday, I dispute the $800 TV charge with Venmo. Fraud, plain and simple. Bank's already on the catering case. By Tuesday, I've got refunds rolling in, $1, $500 back, $800 pending. Nate says the letters got them spooked. They haven't responded yet. Then Wednesday hits, and Mom shows up at my door. She's got a foil pan. Meatloaf, my old favorite. I don't open the screen, just watch her through it. Tom, honey, she says, eyes red. We need to fix this. You're breaking my heart. I cross my arms. You broke mine first. Lied about Easter, took my money, left me out. Meatloaf doesn't change that. She starts crying. We didn't mean it like that. Ethan said, Ethan's a liar. I cut in. And you let him run it. I'm not your bank anymore. She sets the pan down, whispers, I'm sorry, and leaves. I don't touch the meatloaf, toss it in the dumpster later. Thursday, Ethan tries texting. You happy now? Kelly's gone. Mom's a mess. Dad won't talk. You win. I don't reply. He doesn't deserve one. Friday, I get a call from the shop's owner, Hank. Tom, some guy dropped off an envelope for you. I swing by, open it, $500 cash, no note. Bobby texts me later. That's from me and Pete. Small start on what they owe you. I'm stunned. Didn't ask for it, but it feels right. That night, I sit on my porch, counting the cash, thinking how fast it's all unraveling. They're not just losing me, they're losing each other. And I'm starting to see who's really family. It's been a week since the party, and I'm Tom Wheeler, back at work, tearing down a busted alternator. Phone's quiet now. Mom stopped calling. Ethan's gone dark. Dad's still a ghost. I'm good with it. Silence beats their guilt trips any day. But Saturday morning, I get a knock. It's Kelly, standing on my doorstep, duffel bag slung over her shoulder. Tom, she says, can I crash here a couple days? Left Ethan for good. I step aside, let her in. Couch is yours, I say. She nods, drops the bag, sits heavy. Found out more, she says after a minute. He's been borrowing from coworkers, maxed out my credit card too. Said it was for us, but it's all for him. TV, party, even a watch he bought last month. I shake my head. Sounds like Ethan. She pulls out papers, divorce filings, dated yesterday. I'm done, she says. Thanks for waking me up. I get her a beer, sit across from her. You woke yourself up, I tell her. I just lit the match. She smiles, faint but real. First time I've seen her look free. Sunday, Nate calls. They're caving, he says. Jack sent a letter back, admits to some of it, offers $5,000 to settle. No lawsuit. I laugh. $5,000. They owe 4 times that. It's a start, Nate says. Push back, we can get more. Nah, I say. Let him keep it. I'm out, not broke. He pauses. You sure? Yeah, money's not the point anymore. I hang up, feeling lighter. Kelly overhears, nods like she gets it. She stays till Tuesday, then moves to her sister's place. Leaves me a note. Thanks, Tom. You're the real deal. Wednesday, Bobby swings by the shop. Family meeting tonight, he says. Pete's house. They're trying to patch things up. You in? I think it over. Yeah, but not to kiss and make up. He grins. Didn't think so. That night, I roll up to Pete's small ranch house, gravel drive. Inside, it's tense. Mom's there, eyes puffy. Dad's nursing a coffee, avoiding me. Ethan's sulking in the corner. Pete's at the head of the table, Linda beside him, Bobby too. A few cousins linger, watching. Pete starts. We're here to figure this out. Tom's got a point. Things got out of hand. Jack, Diane, Ethan, you owe him answers. Dad grunts. He overreacted. Sold my truck, trashed our party. I lean forward. You stole from me. Lied for years. Truck was mine. Check the title. Mom cuts in. We didn't mean to hurt you. But you did. I say. Every time you left me out, took my cash, acted like I didn't matter. Ethan snaps. You're just jealous I've got a life. I laugh. A life I paid for. Kelly's gone, man. Wake up. Pete bangs the table. Enough. Jack, you're paying him back. Ethan, you too. Diane, no more excuses. Dad glares. With what? We're broke. Bobby tosses an envelope. $1,000. Start here. Me and Pete chipped in. Rest on you. Mom gasps. Ethan storms out. Dad mutters. Fine, but I see the fight's gone out of him. I stand. I don't need your money, I say. Just needed you to see it. I'm done carrying you. I walk out, Bobby following. You good? He asks. Better than ever, I tell him. 3 months later, I'm Tom Wheeler, sitting on a folding chair by Lake Thompson, fishing pole in hand. It's late June, sun's warm, water's still. I moved out of town last month, new apartment, 50 miles west, closer to the shop's second location. Hank gave me a raise, put me in charge there. More hours, more cash, no family strings. The $1,500 from the catering's back in my account. TV charge too. Nate's letters still unanswered. They offered $5,000. I let it sit. Don't need it. Bobby and Pete sent another $500 last week. Said it's the last they can swing. I kept it this time, bought this rod with it. Mom calls sometimes, leaves voicemails about fixing things. I don't call back. Dad sent one text. Sorry. Working on it. Ethan's off the grid. Kelly's divorce went through. Heard he's crashing with a buddy, selling that watch to pay bills. Pete says the family's fractured. Some side with me, some with them. I don't care much. Bobby's my lifeline now, stops by with beer every couple weeks. Kelly's doing good, new job, new place. Sent me a postcard. Thanks for the push. I sold the Dodge, bought a 15 Tacoma, my name, my title, no one else's. Paid cash, no debt. Next week, I'm driving north fishing trip, just me in the woods. Been dreaming about it since I was 25, always put it off for them. Not anymore. Last night, I got a letter, Mom's handwriting. We miss you, Tom. Come home. I read it, set it on the table, left it there. Home's not that house anymore. It's here, with this pole, this lake, this quiet. Sometimes I wonder if they get it, what they lost, what I gained. Probably not. They're too deep in their own mess. But I'm free. Started running again, fixed up an old guitar, even made a friend at the bait shop, guy named Mike, ex-Marine, good stories. No one asks me for a dime. I reel in a bass, small but feisty, let it go. That's me now, catching what I want, letting go what I don't. They had their chance. I've got mine.